Yeah, sure.
Thank you for the opportunity for Ryan and I to speak, Your Honor. At this juncture, I think Mr. Fry is simply going to voir dire his client a little bit more regarding what her duties and responsibilities are as the personal representative, having to do with how distribution ultimately goes in a case like this. And then we're prepared to move forward.
Mr. Fry.
Yes, I don't know if my client's still under oath or not, but
Yes, you remain under oath.
thank you. So Rhonda, you had testified a little bit ago, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so there were some questions around what Brady may or may not be entitled to.
Right.
Okay. Do you understand that
Yes.
your mom, Rowena, did not have a will, right?
Sure.
Okay, there hasn't
So
been
we know
one.
now when we have not found, we have not been through the whole house yet. There still could be one.
As
As far as
per
we know.
our knowledge, there's no will, correct?
Right.
And this is an intestate proceeding right
Yes.
now. And so the law governs how the property has to be divided.
Yes.
You understand that?
That's-
Okay. And so Brady, being your brother's only surviving child, would get his portion,
Yes, I
right?
know that.
Okay. So you understand that
Oh, yes.
if you're a personal representative, you have a fiduciary duty to divide the assets according to the law.
Yes.
Okay. And so
we do.
you would be giving Brady, whatever he's legally entitled to,
That's
right?
right. I have to.
Okay.
Unless
Nothing.
the judge, well, that's why we're in front of the judge. The judge makes the decision on if he can get it or not.
Okay, well,
So,
so you understand that, it could always be brought in front of the judge later if there's some question on who gets what, right?
yes,
Okay, but absent that, it'll be your job as personal representative to divide the assets according to the law
yes,
and give each person the portion that they're entitled to under the law.
yes,
Okay, and will you do that?
yes.
Okay, nothing further.
All right. So the question of whether or not we will have joint personal representatives remains outstanding.
That's the plan. Obviously, we need to hear from Ms. Sherman, and I don't know if Rodney wants to speak or anything, but that's still the plan, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gren?
If we can place Ms. Sherman under oath.
Deputy Ames, and if you could please swear in Mr. Rodney White as well.
Ms. Sherman, can you raise your right hand, please? Thank you. Do you both swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
So help me God.
All right, Mr. Gren, questions for Ms. Sherman?
Ms. Sherman, can you please state your name for the record?
Regina Sherman.
And what is your relationship to Rowena White?
She's my mom.
Are you, do you agree to work as co-personal representative with your sister, Rhonda?
Yeah, I can be co-personal with her.
Okay. Do you understand that as co-personal representative, you have a fiduciary duty not only to yourself, to Rhonda, to Rodney, but also to Brady?
To all four of us.
Okay. And are you prepared to follow Michigan jurisprudence and distribute the assets consistent with the law?
Yes, I am.
And it's your duty, and you understand as personal representative, it is your duty to maximize the amount of distribution to all beneficiaries of the estate and not to prefer one over the other.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been convicted of a crime of theft or dishonesty?
No.
No further questions.
Any questions, Mr. Fry?
How you doing today, Ms. Sherman?
Good. How are you?
Good. You understanding that part of our agreement was that you and Rhonda would serve as joint co-personal representatives,
Yes.
and also that you and Rhonda would have to agree before taking any actions
Yes.
as personal representatives?
Yes.
Okay. And also, as stated earlier, that you and Rhonda would have to both be present to enter the home or take property,
Yes.
The home of Rowena White?
Yes.
Okay. And are you wanting the court to enter that agreement as an order in this case?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Thank you. All right, Mr. White, what are your thoughts on all this?
As long as there's a joint, I'm okay with that. But I should be, can I like be asked about some of the stuff, like be included, or is it just these two period, leaving it at that?
Well, they'll have to make the decisions, but they should be letting you know what's happening and.
Okay, well, I know she will. I'm not worried about Rhonda's, but I just don't want one person coming in and saying this is how it's gonna be done. That's why I was wanting to.
Yes, well, that is, from what I understand it, the plan is for your two sisters to work together to make those decisions on how things are going to be distributed, but at the end of the day, everything should be distributed 4 ways.
Absolutely.
Equally. How you go about doing that is what you'll have to tackle, whether that's each person picks one thing at a time, or you put it all together, or you have an auction, whatever it is.
However.
It should all be divided at the end of the day 4 ways. And I appreciate Mr. Gren's question where he said that no one should be prioritized in that process. There should be a fair and equal distribution. And please make sure that you adhere to that principle as you move forward. If you can't agree on that, you know where to find me. Right? Well, the court finds all interested parties were given notice for purposes of today's request. The file does have supporting information in it that does allow the court to find that Rowena White passed away March 22nd, 2024, resident of Lenawee County, making venue appropriate in this court. The determination of heirs is appropriate and uncontested, as is the current finding that Rowena passed away intestate or without a will. Supervised administration does not appear to be necessary at this time. There are some assets in the estate, but obviously all of our interested parties are aware of what those are and interested in assisting in the distribution of that. So I'm not going to order supervised administration at this time. The order reflects a petition is granted. The findings that Ms. White passed away without a will, that Rhonda Auer and Regina Sherman are appointed as co-personal representatives. They will be in charge of ensuring that the estate is distributed equally 4 ways, which is what the law says. I will not require a bond at this time. It also reflects the determination of heirs, and we will be issuing probably some new letters of authority that reflect that both Rhonda Auer and Regina Sherman are going to be sharing the responsibilities as discussed on record today. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today, and I really do wish you all the best of luck. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much.
One question, Your Honor.
Sure.
I do have my original acceptance of appointment that was submitted with the application. While it was for an individual personal representative, does the court need the original, or can I scan it in and send it to the clerk so we can process the orders today or the letters today?
I would suggest you reach out to them. I think the answer you'll probably get is feel free to fax it and mail it.
Understood.
Or email it.
And Rhonda, as far as it goes, if we do discover a will, while the court has made a determination today that, and the same thing for Rodney, while the court has made a determination today that it's an intestate estate, which means your sister did not, or your mother did not have a will. If we do discover a testamentary document out there, bring it to the attorney's attention. We'll look at it, we'll decide where it goes, and we can file a petition with the court to have it brought and have the judge make a decision whether or not it was your mother's will or not.
Most definitely.
Okay, thanks.